Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely. Always up for a good deep dive.
Well, today we're looking at, well, it's kind of a fascinating
Area.
Yeah, it's like this blurry line between myth and reality.
Right.
And, you've given us this really intriguing excerpt to work with.
Oh, it's a great one.
From Dan Abnett's Born to Us.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to really dig into this one.
Me too. Me too. This is a good one.
So we're kind of thrown right into the action.
Yeah, head first.
It's this remote world called Koradrum.
Mm-hmm.
And a new star has appeared in the sky.
Right.
And the locals, they're absolutely convinced it's a sign.
A sign, yeah.
A prophecy fulfilled,
Yeah.
Pointing to the return of this godlike leader.
Like a chosen one type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a classic, yeah.
So right away there are these high stakes.
Yeah.
But then in the middle of all this excitement,
Right.
the Inquisitor, our narrator, drops this line, and I think it's worth pausing on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He says, "Even the most fantastical stories often have a grain of truth."
It's so true, though.
So I'm curious, what resonates with you in that statement?
Well, it makes you think, right,
Yeah.
about, how humans always try to find meaning,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, especially in the face of the unknown.
Right.
Like space, with all its vastness and mystery, it becomes like this canvas
Mm-hmm.
for these interpretations.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
It's like we're always trying to make sense of things we don't fully understand.
And we see this clash of perspectives right away.
Oh, yeah, totally.
The locals are celebrating the birth of their savior, right?
They're all in.
But the Inquisitor's companion, Nayl,
Oh, male.
he's like the voice of pure science.
Yeah.
It's just a supernova, he says.
A natural phenomenon.
Yeah, nothing to see here, folks.
Yeah, just science.
So it makes you wonder, right?
Oh, absolutely.
If you were there on Koradrum,
Right.
who would you side with?
It's a tough one.
The hopeful believers or the skeptical pragmatist?
Right.
It's tricky. I mean, I think the Inquisitor himself,
Yeah, where does he fall?
he's somewhere in the middle.
Right in between.
He acknowledges the science, but he's also like,
Yeah.
don't dismiss the local beliefs outright.
Like there might be something more.
Yeah, maybe there's something we're not seeing.
Exactly. There's more to it.
And it's interesting because, thinking about that Dan Abnett,
Oh, yeah, he's great.
the author, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's known for these really complex narratives.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And knowing this is Warhammer 40K,
Right.
do we just take this prophecy at face value?
Yeah, good point, good point.
Or is there a potential twist coming?
Oh, there's always a twist.
Right.
Always got to be ready for a twist.
So speaking of twists,
Okay, hit me with it.
the Inquisitor is on Koradrum to investigate this disappearance.
Oh, right, the missing person.
This archaeologist, Dard Linhema,
Mm-hmm.
respected guy, vanished 2 years prior.
Yeah, just poof, gone.
And now we're introduced to this excavation site.
Oh,
It's almost like a descent into the unknown,
literally and metaphorically.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Both.
Yeah.
And we see that in so many stories, right?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
That journey into the depths.
Into the darkness.
The secrets waiting to be uncovered.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely this building tension.
Yeah.
This dig site, remote hills,
Mm-hmm.
the entrance leading deep underground.
It's practically begging for trouble.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's like, come on in, see what's down here.
Exactly.
Classic horror movie setup.
Totally.
Those kids never learn.
They never learn.
Right.
And all the while, this legend, of the returning king, the savior,
Right.
it's looming over everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a universal myth, right?
It is.
This idea of resurrection, redemption,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why we're so drawn to it.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Maybe it's like this deep-seated yearning
Mm-hmm.
for things to be made right, for a hero to emerge from the darkness.
Right, someone to save us.
Yeah, exactly.
Classic.
And the story, it taps into that.
It does. It does.
But the Inquisitor's investigation,
Yeah.
it suggests things aren't so straightforward.
Right, there's always more to it
Right.
than meets the eye.
Especially once we learn, that the dig site
Yeah.
is where Linhema disappeared.
Oh, that's not good.
That sets a very different tone, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The excitement of the prophecy,
Mm-hmm.
it's now tinged with this sense of dread.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't what we thought it was.
Yeah.
Maybe this isn't the chosen one after all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as the Inquisitor and Nayl, they venture deeper into this dig site.
Deeper they go.
We're practically holding our breath.
Oh, yeah. Edge of your seat stuff.
Alongside them, the excerpt does a fantastic job of, like, building the suspense.
Oh, yeah. You can feel it building.
It's like the very air is thick with anticipation.
Oh, what will they find at the heart of this excavation?
Yeah. It's the big reveal.
Will it confirm the local legends?
Right.
Or will it reveal something far more unsettling?
Ooh, the suspense is killing me.
I know, right? We gotta know.
And that is exactly where we'll leave off for today.
All right, so we're leaving everyone hanging.
We are leaving everyone hanging.
I like it.
But I think we're just scratching the surface.
Oh, yeah, just getting started.
Of what this excerpt has to offer.
This is gonna be good.
This is going to be good.
I can feel it.
I can feel it.
That sense of dread you were talking about?
Yeah.
It's like you can practically feel it right.
Mm.
As the Inquisitor and Nayl, they reach the deepest chamber of the dig site, and then bam, we get the reveal.
Oh, the reveal.
And the Necron Kings.
Not quite the savior everyone was expecting, huh?
No, not exactly.
It's like, it's interesting how Abnett takes this familiar archetype.
Oh, yeah.
The returning king, the chosen one, and just kind of flips it on its head.
Yeah, he really plays with our expectations, doesn't he? Like, we're primed for this grand, heroic entrance, you know?
Yeah, right.
But instead, we get this, this is something much more disturbing. Like this being rises from the dead.
Yeah.
But it's not about benevolent leadership or saving anyone.
Right.
It's all about power, raw power.
And there's something, like, inherently wrong about the way this power is achieved, right? Like, using the bodies of these missing archaeologists as vessels.
It's creepy, right?
It's not resurrection.
Violation.
Yeah.
Like straight up body snatching.
And that's where Warhammer 40K often diverges from, like, traditional sci-fi.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Right. It's not just conquering planets or fighting aliens.
Yep.
There's this layer of cosmic horror, this sense that some things should stay buried.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Like, let sleeping dogs lie.
Exactly.
You know, just leave it alone.
The way the Necron King is described, this ancient alien being, it just sends chills down my spine.
Yeah.
Nayl, the pragmatist, he instantly opens fire.
Classic Nayl.
But I can't help but wonder, are bullets even going to make a dent in this thing?
That's the question, isn't it?
Right.
And Abnett leaves us hanging, doesn't he? Like, we know a confrontation's coming, but the outcome is uncertain. Like, it makes you think about the limitations of our understanding, right? Even with all our fancy technology.
Totally.
Oftentimes, we're just outmatched.
This whole situation raises a bigger point, too.
What's that?
It's like the locals, they saw what they wanted to see.
Right, they were looking for a savior.
They interpreted everything through the lens of their existing beliefs.
Yeah, blinded by faith, maybe?
Right. But the reality is so much more complex.
Oh, yeah, way more complicated.
And potentially dangerous.
100%, yeah.
And I think that's one of the most important takeaways from this whole thing.
What is it?
It's that we have to be willing to question our assumptions, you know, especially when things seem too good to be true.
Right, or too closely aligned with what we want to believe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good reminder, for sure.
It's a cautionary tale, but it's also this fascinating exploration of how myth and reality can intertwine.
They can get really messy, can't they?
Yeah, for sure.
Right, sometimes it's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins.
Yeah, and even if this specific event is fictional, it makes you think about how often we do this in real life, right?
All the time.
Projecting our hopes and fears onto the unknown.
It's human nature, I guess.
Totally.
To try and make sense of the chaos.
And the Necron King himself.
Oh, yeah, he's a piece of work.
He's more than just a physical threat.
No, he's definitely more than that.
He represents this idea that the past is never truly gone.
It always comes back to haunt us.
It can resurface. It can influence the present, sometimes in really unexpected ways.
Oh, yeah, definitely not always in the way we expect or want.
It's like the galaxy itself has a memory, and sometimes those memories are best left undisturbed.
Yeah, some things are better left buried.
This excerpt taps into that unease in a really powerful way.
It does. It does.
And what I find particularly interesting is how Abnett uses the Necron King to challenge our concept of immortality.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right. We're so fascinated by the idea of conquering death.
Yeah, living forever.
But here, it's presented in this really horrifying way.
Oh, absolutely. It's not glamorous at all.
It's not about living forever. It's about existing in this twisted, unnatural state.
Yeah, more like existing in a nightmare.
This Necron King isn't a benevolent, immortal being.
No.
He's something far more sinister.
He's a cautionary tale.
Really.
Yeah, about the dangers of messing with forces we don't understand.
Right. The Necron King's return, it's not just about one being rising from the dead.
No, it's bigger than that.
It's about this ancient power, a force that slumbered for ages, waiting for the right moment.
Just waiting to reemerge.
To reassert itself.
And who knows what else is out there lurking?
Makes you wonder, right?
And for sure, like, what else is hidden
in
the darkness of space and time, just waiting for its moment.
This has been a fantastic journey so far.
It really has.
And I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What resonated most with you about the Necron King's emergence and the themes it brings up?
I think for me, what really sticks out is that even in the face of this overwhelming power, you know, when you're confronted with these beings that seem almost godlike, there's still this spark of hope. You see it in the Inquisitor and Nayl.
Yeah.
Despite their fear, their uncertainty, they still choose to fight. They choose to stand against the darkness. And I think that's the essence of what it means to be human, you know, in this vast and often terrifying universe.
That fight, that spark of defiance, even when facing something that seems impossible, makes you wonder if that's what really defines humanity.
Maybe,
In this crazy Warhammer 40K universe.
In a galaxy like that.
Yeah, where ancient beings like the Necron King can just kind of pop out of the shadows.
They just appear like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. How do we even begin to understand like where we fit in?
It's a big question, isn't it?
It's a huge question.
Like, what is our place in all of this?
And this excerpt really showcases that contrast.
It does, yeah.
Right? We have the locals clinging to their prophecies.
Right. They've got their beliefs.
And then the Inquisitor and Nayl were just thrust into this situation.
And thrown in the deep end.
That they never could have anticipated.
Totally unprepared.
It's almost like a microcosm of the larger struggle.
It is, yeah. It's like a little mini version.
In this universe.
The bigger picture.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the Necrons, they really embody that, don't they?
Right.
Like, they're not just another alien species.
No, they're different.
There's something older, something way more unsettling.
It's like the excerpt is saying.
What's it saying?
That the past isn't really past at all.
It's always there.
It's still there, lurking beneath the surface, waiting to, like, erupt.
Ready to explode back into the present.
Back into the present.
And sometimes what comes back is way more terrifying.
Than we could have imagined.
Than we ever wanted.
It makes you question the whole idea of progress.
It does, yeah.
Right? Like, we like to think we're moving forward.
Right, always getting better.
But the Warhammer 40K universe, it's just that the past, especially when it involves powers like the Necrons.
Oh, yeah, especially them.
Can just pull us right back.
Right back into the darkness.
It's a humbling thought.
It is.
And it makes you wonder if even a being as powerful as the Necron King can be brought down.
Yeah, it can be stopped.
Are there even larger threats out there?
That's the scary thought, isn't it?
Right. Like, what else is lurking?
Yeah.
In the darkness of this galaxy.
Who knows what else is out there?
That's the beauty of the Warhammer 40K universe, I guess.
It is, yeah.
It's vast, it's mysterious, and it's constantly challenging us.
Always keeping us on our toes.
It never gives us easy answers.
No.
And that's what keeps us coming back for more.
That's the hook. That's what keeps you engaged.
Totally.
Always wondering what's next.
This whole deep dive has been a wild ride.
It has been fun, hasn't it?
We started with a seemingly simple prophecy, and now we're grappling with the nature of reality.
Yeah, big question.
The powered belief and these potential horrors.
The things that go bump in the night.
Hidden just beyond our understanding.
That's the real power of a good story. It makes us think. It makes us question.
Yeah.
And it leaves us with this sense of wonder and unease.
Oh, yeah.
In equal measure.
So As we wrap up this exploration of Born to Us, what will you take away from this?
Oh, that's a good question.
What resonated most with you?
I think for me, it's that reminder that even in the darkest corners of the galaxy, even when facing forces that seem insurmountable, there's always that spark of hope, that resilience, that refusal to give in. That's what makes the human spirit so enduring, so captivating.
Exactly. And who knows what other secrets and challenges await us in this vast expanse of the Warhammer 40K universe.
Oh, nice.
Until our next deep dive.
Until next time.
Keep exploring, keep questioning.
Keep searching.
And never stop searching for that spark of hope.
That's important.
Even in the face of the unknown.